Hi, you guys. I just wanted to jump on quickly to talk to you guys a little bit about the quality of your food that you're getting from the store. And I have a little bit of a story to tell you guys as well, one from when I was in school that I think is really important that you guys should know about your food. So, sorry, just let me adjust this properly. Okay. Um, so, as a lot of you guys know, I've been experimenting with food and my body, and I've kind of had an aversion to meat products lately. And so I have been experimenting with a vegan diet, and it's been going pretty well. I feel pretty good. I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out what to eat majority of the time, but it's pretty much going really good. And I'm really happy with how I'm feeling and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and advocate that everybody should be on a vegan diet, because I don't believe that that's true. I believe that there is a certain way of eating for each person, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about this, so that those of you that do eat meat and all of that, you need to make sure that you're getting good quality products. And there's a reason behind that as to why you should. And a lot of the markets, like the grocery stores and the farmers and the companies and stuff, there's a lot of hidden things that we actually don't know, and we don't take the time to investigate and figure out where our food comes from. And I think that's really important. And so lucky for you guys have me, and I've done a lot of that already, and I had to do a little bit of it in school as well. And so I just wanted to share with you guys some of that information. So I know I'm always promoting grass-fed meat and free-run eggs and all that kind of stuff. And there's 100% a reason behind that. I know it's a little bit more expensive, and that's like the first complaint that I get when I suggest this to people is the price difference. But once I go into my store and I let you guys in on a little bit of secrets from some of the big companies out there, hopefully that'll help you guys change your opinion on it and your viewpoint, and just kind of look outside the box rather than just the meat that's found at Walmart, because that's pretty much the worst you can probably get. So if you're somebody that does eat meat, so for example, I'm just going to get into it. Actually, I'll just get into my story. So in nutrition school, we all had a part of our, I guess one of our, what do you call it? One of our tests. I don't know one of our tests was to pick a piece of produce, anything, any kind of food. So like fruits, vegetables, meat products, eggs, whatever you wanted, just pick one thing and basically trace it back to where it was grown and how it was processed, packaged, and how it ended up on your plate. Like basically what steps did it go through to get there? And it was a huge eye-opener for most of us, because a lot of us are kind of blind to that in a sense. You go to the store, you pick up your chicken, you think that you're getting like an okay quality chicken, and you take it home, you eat it, it's good, you just find what's cheapest, what's on sale. But we don't really know what goes in, like behind the scenes with all of that. And, you hear people throwing out like, get organic, get, because of pesticides are horrible, get grass-fed, organic, this, all that kind of stuff. But there is honestly a meaning and a reason why that's being recommended all over the place. And I'll get into that in a second. So what my choice was chicken breast. I chose chicken breast. So I went to the local store, picked up a package of chicken breasts, and it ended up being from a farm here in Surrey. And, with all of the documentaries coming out and stuff, I honestly didn't really think he'd answer any of my questions, me calling there and asking like what he does with the chickens and all that kind of stuff. I didn't think I'd get much of a response, but I did. And I'm really happy and thankful for that, because that was at the time where there was a lot of documentaries coming out with like the abuse of the animals and what was happening there. And it makes me sick and makes me feel gross to even think about that. That's also another reason why I think it's really important where you get your meat from, is because of those things as well. But anyway, so my thing was chicken breast. I called him, and I'm thankful that he was able to answer all my questions for me. And so my first question, of course, was, were the chickens free range? And he said, yes, they are free. Well, so he said they're free run, but they're actually in a barn and they never see the light of day. So that's how they lived. They were fed corn and grain products, which that is not meant for chickens. That's not their normal natural diet. But that is what they were fed at the farm. And he went on, like, basically at this one farm, they did all of it. So they raised the chickens, they slaughtered the chickens there and packaged them all up and delivered them to wherever they needed to go to. And I know a lot of farms will raise the chickens and then send them off somewhere else to a different slaughterhouse, like a huge slaughterhouse where lots of different chickens are coming from all different places. So this was not one of them. They did all the stuff there on the farm. And so then I asked, like, what happens after that? Like, once they're slaughtered, like, what do they do? So they depuck the chicken and get it all ready for packaging and stuff. And the next couple of things that he said really shocked me and put things into perspective for me as to, you know, what's going on in society and things that we don't know. Things are really hidden. So he said that they take the chicken breasts and they dip them in chlorine, and then they inject them with smoke and water. So why they would inject them with smoke and water is clearly because it would weigh more. And so when the chicken breasts weigh more, you get more money for it. It adds a little bit of flavor, the smoke flavor. And dipping in chlorine, I'm assuming, is for like antibacterial salmonella purposes. So basically, all these chicken breasts that's what you're eating. You cook it up and that's what you're eating. And that is why your chicken breasts will shrink so much in size when you're cooking them, because it's filled with water. And all this horrible stuff, when you think you're getting like a normal, nice chicken breast, it is full of all this stuff before you even put any sauces or spices or anything else on it. And this is what you're putting into your body. So this just floored me. And I was like, okay, like, I really need to start looking at where I'm getting my chicken from, and other meats as well. And so, you know, usually the butcher is a good place to go. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're getting your meat and stuff from a local farm, like, ask how they raise their chickens, ask what they feed them, ask what they do for processing. Like, you shouldn't be afraid and scared to ask what is done to your food. Like, that is something that we all should have we all should be able to ask without fear of, you know, people being like holding things back from us and stuff like that. So generally speaking, butcher shops everything is grass-fed from the places I've been to myself anyways. So anyway, that just shocked me. And so another point I'd like to make is, like, when you are buying chicken from butcher shops, yes, it is going to be a little bit more expensive, not going to lie. However, when you think about buying these other chicken breasts that shrink so much and you need more, you have to put more on your plate to be able to feel satisfied. When you're spending a little bit more money and getting actually proper, good, real chicken, you're cooking it, it's not shrinking. You don't have to eat as much, you're eating less. So the price point difference, like, realistically, is not a whole lot when you put it into that perspective. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And that's just chicken breasts. Like, there's eggs, there's like other plants and stuff too, like other vegetables, other produce that goes through a lot of stuff behind doors that we don't really think about. Like, when you're not buying local and you're getting fruits and veggies, for example, from like Mexico or like wherever else in the world, what do you think happens? They're not going to pick the fruit when they're ripe, or the vegetable. They're going to pick it while it's not ripe, and throw it in the truck and ripen it on the way here in the truck with gas. So when you're picking a fruit or some sort of produce before it's ripe, you're not having nearly as many nutrients in there as what it is when you pick it when it's ripe, which is where it's supposed to be picked. So trying to choose as local as you can also really helps with the increased nutrient content of it, and also choosing fruits and veggies that are in season. So there is a Clean 15 Dirty Dozen sheet that you can get from online that tells you which fruits and veggies you should 100% buy organic and which ones you can kind of get away from. So mushrooms, for example, is on the Clean 15 list, which a lot of people might think that they're heavily pesticided. They're not. You can actually buy that non-organic. Bananas, for example, like I always buy mine organic because really there's like a 10-cent difference between non-organic and organic, and I'd rather make sure that I'm getting organic because in a lot of countries they actually put bags around the bananas that is filled with pesticides, and that's how they grow them. So I prefer to buy those organic. Other ones, you just want to be careful of certain fruits and veggies. So like berries, like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, you 100% want to be getting those ones organic because they have no skin on them and they're basically absorbing all the pesticides. So I'll post a link at the bottom of this video so you guys can check out that list. The 2017, maybe they might have the 2018 one out already. So you guys can kind of take that to the grocery store with you to be able to choose your fruits and veggies a little bit better. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know it's might be a little bit shocking for you guys, or maybe you're already aware and that's just what you're choosing to buy anyways. But to me, that sort of explains a lot of the reason why there's more health issues and disease and stuff coming up, is all these chemicals and poisons that we're putting into our body that our body doesn't recognize and we're not supposed to be having. And so I'm a huge advocate of just going back to the basics, you guys, and eating food that we were meant to eat from back in the day. And now we're kind of taking this turn on this path of like chemical filled, low fat, not actual real food. And that's why we're getting an increase in disease and obesity and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got a little bit of information out of it. Post your questions on the bottom. I'll put the link up for you guys, and I will be doing another video pretty soon. Okay, have a good day.